Page 11, bass beat. Not bass beat, it's bass beat. As in bass, down low musical bass type thing. You're simply using this walking bass thing you did on page 10 here, except now you get to play the melody also. It isn't a big deal. It has a blues type notes in it because you see the E flats, because we've had those before. They're in the first measure or the second line. There's a couple places that are a little tricky. They're not quite what you might be expecting, so look out. For instance, on the second line in the first measure in the right hand, it's simple enough. You have the here, but in the second measure it looks similar, but it's not the same. So watch out, because when I play through it, I have a tendency to glance at it. Oh, they're both the same thing, and it's not. So you have to be careful. The third line's the same way. You have to be careful. The first and second measures are not the same. Then when you get down to the last line, it's completely changed around. So there you can work that out yourself. I'm a little confused. I don't know what they want for sure. I'm not sure. You see, typically when you see two dynamic indications, you know you're going to play it at least twice. In the first line, it has an F-P. So the first time you would play it, you'd play it loud. And the second time you play it soft. Well, there's a repeat sign at the end of the first line to play it twice. Well, in the second line, there's another dynamic, F-P. The problem is we're only playing it once. There's no repeat sign to take us back up to do it again. Because the DC to fade out at the bottom of the page, DC means go back to the beginning. That's the first line. And then there's a note at the first line says last time only repeat and fade out, which means after you DC, now you're just going to repeat it and slowly fade away. Somewhere. There's no ending point. You just fade away. Well, if you do that on the first line, you never get to the second line. So I don't know why there's two dynamic levels in the second line. I don't understand what they want there. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to play the first line twice. Then we're going to go on down and play the rest of the lines to the bottom. Then we're going to go back and play the first line again a couple of times and fade out. Now there's a note at the bottom about electronic jamming, about synthesizer ensemble and rock and jazz, and you can set your keyboard up for that if you have them. Now there is a note on the page about acoustic jamming where you can play the bass part again an octave lower down here. But I'm not going to bother with that. You can have fun with that. If there's somebody around who plays piano, have them play that bass part an octave lower than it's written with you. Means you're both playing the same left hand, but that's okay. Now I want to remind you, this walking bass, we're in the key of C major and you're in a C position. You're just not using the fourth finger. Keep that in mind. So let's try this. I'll give us 4 counts and let's play this. So you're starting out with the left hand here. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, rest. Repeat. 1, 2, softly. 4. Rest. Rest. Top. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Softly. play and fade away. Just get really, really quiet. How soft can you get? There's no place you really stop. You just fade away and that's it.